Oh, what else? Alright. This will be the 4th time today I talk about My Hero Academia, but I'm down to do it.
Okay. So, what about My Hero Academia that's been going on?
Or the first half is, the first arc is joint training arc, and that's with like Class
Yeah.
B. It was boring as fuck.
Ah.
In the manga when I read it, it was boring as fuck. That's just
Just
how
by the manga, you're like, I'm pretty sure if like
Yeah,
adaptations are more worse than the books, then I'm pretty sure this will be really shit.
No, I don't think it's gonna be worse. I just didn't want to watch it because it was boring to me. But so the second half is more or less just My Villain Academia. That's more. It focuses more on like the villains.
Yeah.
But in the manga, I liked it. It was good.
Mm.
I had my problems with it, but more or less, in the end, I liked it. It was fine. But in like the anime, it was rushed as fuck. It was not good. It was kind of like the pacing was off. It was kind of rushed. I'm starting to notice like with My Hero Academia, as the longer it's gone on, the bigger the arcs are getting, and 12 episodes just aren't good enough. Like the war season 6, the war arc is season 6. I have a bad feeling that their Studio Bones is gonna stick to its like 12 episode per arc structure.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be happy with that because the war arc needs, I think, in my opinion, it needs more time. It should be the entire season. Maybe not the entire season because, well, depending how they pace it, it may be like a little longer. But I think it needs more than 12 episodes at the very least. But
I understand that.
Something tells me they're probably gonna stick with their 12 episode structure.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid it's just gonna be rushed as hell. It's not
That's
gonna be
the
good
thing I don't like about these companies. They stick
Yeah.
to that like 12 episode like structure.
Yeah.
Like it feels like they're trying to do this on a deadline, and I feel like
They are
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah, they are technically, but
because they are contracted. Like My Hero Academia is contracted to do this like yearly. Like they have no choice. They had the choice during like quarantine because they had to shut down, but that's essentially the only time they had a break.
I don't know.
Like they are. I don't doubt they have a contract saying they have to keep doing this every year until the series ends, or at least until they catch up to the manga.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like Naruto, and it just becomes super filler, or Boruto it becomes super filler.
Yeah.
Right now, they're probably gonna stick with their 12 episode structure.
Yeah.
And it's probably gonna end with. Do you mind if I spoil the manga for you?
I don't care.
I
don't care about spoilers, honestly.
I'll probably end with, Deku leaving. Like he's gone.
Oh.
That's probably where the arc will end, or that 12 episode arc will end, and then it'll pick up with him on his own. Like, they'll have a time skip, and then because that's like the perfect way to end like the arc, because there is a time skip. So like after Deku leaves, like 6 months pass, like a lot of months pass. There is a progression of time, essentially. And I feel like that would be the perfect way to end off season 6, if it was the entirety of season 6, all like 24 episodes or however long they want to give it. Like that would be the perfect place to end it because it's a time skip. They are in their second year after that time skip. Like they have time has passed, but that's just how it is. They're probably gonna stick with the 12 episode structure, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's not always been 12 episodes.
Yeah, like season 1 was 12 episodes itself because that was just the first arc.
Yeah, I know some animes will like have like a range. Like it's not perfectly that number, but like it's between that. So it's like 12 to like 48.
Yeah, but Naruto's inconsistent. That's one of them.
Oh yeah, that's one of them.
Naruto, Boruto, they're both kind of inconsistent with their season counts and like arc counts because a lot of them are filler. But like My Hero Academia has been pretty consistent. It's like 24 episodes per season. I don't know if you can like actually remember, but do you like remember like Deku's character after season 3, or like during season 3 posts and after that?
What was season 3 again? Like what's the arc?
That was the training arc during the camp.
Oh, that one.
And then after that was Bakugo getting kidnapped and they had to save him.
Yeah.
And then they got their license. And then season 4 was you know, Eri for the first half, and then the second
Yeah.
half was her getting her to smile. So
That's
I'm
cute.
gonna be honest. Yeah, I don't like Deku as a protagonist like in the anime right now. His motivations are really garbage, or like they're not how it used to be. It's pretty lackluster, yeah. Like, season 1, his goal was, you know,
he wants to become a hero.
He wants to be a hero, and he got there, and now he wants to be like All Might. He wants to exceed. He wants to be like the best, and that's his motivation for that season, and he's getting there.
Yeah, the
like,
normal anime protagonist shit.
Because it's a multi-season, obviously he doesn't get there at the end, but he's getting progression.
That's his path. Yeah.
Yeah. And then season 2, it continues it onwards with him like wanting to show the world, like, yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's not like he's not how he used to be. He's not some pushover. And then, you know, that continues on with the joint training, or not the joint training, the sports festival. Like, that's his motivation.
Yeah, kind of.
And then it switches up to making Todoroki like his, you know, like accepting his fire side.
Yeah.
And that was also a good motivation. Like,
yeah,
it didn't. Not only did it like it fit perfectly with his motivation of being the greatest hero ever. You know.
Yeah.
Like being an excellent hero. It fits in tandem with that. It's also very in character, and it's a good arc, or a good like motivation for him. And then after that was the stain, and then they had their test, like their like end of the year or end of their semester test or whatever the hell.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
They fought the teachers.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and that was another like good because Deku is growing. He's continuing to push himself and get better, and that comes to the climax of with Stain and how he's like, I'm gonna stick to my beliefs. This is like, I'm not leaving anyone behind. I'm a hero, like, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was great. That was amazing. And it continues afterwards with the rest of the season and them fighting like their teachers. And lastly it ends off with him and Shigaraki at the mall. And that was great. That was all great.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
Overall, like, he got to he was a really good protagonist. Like, I enjoyed him. And then season 3 came by. So season 3, I think the first half, Deku was still like alright. He started to drop a little, but that was only after the first half. So like, his motivation for like so far was, you know, getting to know Koda, like the kid, and then it came to climax with him saving him, and that was also great. That was great.
Yeah, that was great.
And then he had to save Bakugo. That was another like a good motivation.
Yeah.
And after that is where he kind of dropped off for me. They went to go get their license, and that was, you know, that was fine. It was really boring. It was boring to me.
Yeah, it was really boring to me too.
Yeah, like the focus was kind of lost on me.
It was just like fights, which is like neat, but there's like no sense of direction.
Yeah, it was clearly there just to show fighting,
and that's fine. But like, you know,
there's no story behind it.
Yeah, there's no story.
The story behind it is they're gonna go get their license. That's it. So it was kind of. It was
and these fuckers don't get their license.
Yeah, except for these two fuckers.
And
it makes sense. You know, I'm not gonna say that didn't make sense. That worked, and it helped like progress them. I still think overall, like season 3, he was a good protagonist. Season 4 is when I started disliking. Season 4 was pretty much just like the first half was just the Eri and Mirio show. Deku pretty much took a backseat as the protagonist. And it's like, look, I like Eri and Mirio, don't get me wrong. They're some of my favorites. But are they ever gonna be important ever again?
There's one thing I'm really sad about. Naitai.
He
was my favorite character, actually. He was cool.
I could see why.
And then they just killed him off, I'm like...
It only hits so hard because they went so hard into, like, Mirio and his origins. That's why I was so okay with them going so hard into him. Like, this was about him. That was just to all set up to Night Eye's death. But here's the thing. Deku took a complete backseat as a protagonist. As the main protagonist of this story. And, like, I loved it. I liked how they went with Mirio, but I also don't like how they completely just backseated Deku.
And then Deku goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah, and then he gets like the biggest plot armor ever. But I'm happy it was like it made sense in universe.
Yeah, it made sense. It didn't feel stupid.
I'm happy it wasn't like this didn't come out of nowhere. It made sense in universe.
Yeah, you know, like Ares like reverse
Ares,
all the damage.
Yeah, she reverses like shit.
So like he can go he can keep going.
And he won't fucking kill himself. Like it makes sense in universe. Yeah. But it was also major plot armor, and you cannot deny that.
But hey, it works.
Okay. And then they have the whole like the festival thing.
Yeah.
Where they get Ares. And this is where I started to like him again. He's gonna make Ares smile. That's his motivation for this arc.
And that was very wholesome.
And yeah, not only was it a wholesome one, it was a good motivation, and it also works because she has been through a lot of traumas in her life, and she's a child.
Keep the child's innocence.
So that's why I liked it. And I was like, okay, they're getting back to focusing on Deku because again, this is as much as it about like the school, it is also about Deku. That's why the sports festival, whatever the hell it was called, in season 2. I liked it so much and it worked so much because while it focused on like Uraraka and Todoroki, it still had focus on Deku. Like they managed to focus on on the different characters, but still have Deku as the main protagonist, and he's still the focus of the story. Because it's like Todoroki, like yes, we see his backstory, his trauma, but we also have Deku interacting with that and making him, or not making, but like helping him try and get past that, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's how it should have went. Like you can focus on Mirio this season and Todoroki and Bakugo this season, but you should also have Deku interacting with them and have him still shown as like the main protagonist because that's who he is. But no, he took backseat the entire season, essentially the entire season.
We never recorded an outro because we're two big fucking idiots. So here's a video of me preparing for Pokemon Legends Arceus.